Hello everyone and welcome back to my Crusader Kings 2 tutorial. I'm Bogmod and we became a kingdom last time. Which reminded me, I'm going to talk a little bit more here, quickly before I continue on, about the importance of crown law, specifically crown authority. I mentioned how there's a relationship bonus or penalty, depending on the level, as well as how many soldiers they provide. There's an additional factor involved here. Where is it? So there's a little effects, right? So at minimum, you can't appoint army leaders. You can't revoke titles. For example, say my dearest old kinsman here started a plot against me, started a civil war, and I crushed him mercilessly. I could not revoke his titles, and that'd be bad. When you have a justified excuse, normally you can revoke titles without losing, without your goons being all upset at you. Another thing is that at certain levels, your vassals can't fight each other. So, say I controlled this county here, these lands here, he could start a war over him, getting more land within my kingdom. This puts a stop to that, to a degree. There are certain kinds of fighting they can get involved in. Furthermore, you can revoke invalid titles. Here it is. High is the more interesting one. One thing you have to look out for is that you can lose land because someone in a foreign kingdom will inherit it. For example, if I have a marriage going on, and one of my various relatives rules it, and he's related somehow to another guy in Scotland, so that when he dies, his heir already holds land in Scotland. That guy remains a vassal of the Scottish king or queen, and I lose the land. I get a claim to take it back, but it's still a hassle. So it's just something to be looking out for. So you still have this war going on. And of course we also have this whole thing with my possible demon child. So, yeah, that's interesting. I'm curious to see how this little scheme works out. Cardinal Ursulino the Bewitched. Interesting. Oh, he's possessed. So it's an interesting background to have for a priest. Furthermore, different kingdoms will have different laws. It is important to be to have an eye going for who's ruling what. So if you have, and it only extends, I think it only extends to de jure stuff. So if I had the Empire of Britannia, all of this land, and I also had a kingdom in France, I could lose stuff in France, even though I had a high enough authority within the Empire, because it wasn't part of my de jure territory. It's a little complicated, but you get used to it. Oh, excellent. So I got that castle in Dublin. The castle town there. And because I plan to take this county, I'm not going to bother keeping it. But you can have another castle. You can have several castles in one place. You get penalties though for being in charge of temples or cities if you are a king type, a king or a duke or an emperor or a count. All right, so I bought Daughters of Age. I of course want to get her proper marriage. Nothing super a Prince of France. Sure, why not? Oh, there's a little revolt going on. Oh, well, let's... There we are. There's that 100% I needed. Just needed one more fight to do. Alright. There we go. I've got my 4 territories. I've got my top men. Just have to, who's this? Connect. Wise. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Getting involved in a few meddling wars. Oh, well. That's fine. They're unlikely to come over and meddle in my country. So I'll just focus on taking out these attackers. Oh, Connacht, you shouldn't have intervened like this. Alright, so there's one of those wars done. I expect the French king will win. Considering he has... You remember, you can always check what kind of armies they've got by going into this little realm tree thing. You can also find out which individual vassals they have what kind of levels they have. Anyways, 25,000 men. Quite impressive. At least given my current armies, one day I'll crush him. What else to talk about? Let's see, what have I forgot? I mentioned the council. I mentioned laws. Technology stuff. Well, while we're here, let's upgrade our noble customs. And we'll upgrade our siege equipment. Ah, there we go. It's my son-in-law, the Prince of France. I've had some kids, so it was nice. And I guess I'll improve the keeps. Talked about holy orders, what they can do. Intrigue stuff. All right, I remember now. I'm gonna show off some of those events shortly. Once I finish smacking around this King of Connacht. No surprise, France won. I do need to keep an eye on this guy. Tian de Normandy, Tian de Normandy. So he wants to surrender. Drop of force, accept. So one thing you can, alright, so we're going to do that tournament thing to show off how that works. So you can't do this while at war. And if you start a war too quickly after starting it, it ends the tournament. So we send out riders to all the corners of my kingdom. Next 2 months, all will display their martial brilliance. Excellent. Now I could launch wars for all these places on my own, but I kind of want to revoke the titles that I take from these guys. So, my son-in-law has triumphed and become so he gets a nice little bonus for me. Ooh, I can invite both my wife and my lover at one place. Let's invite them both together. I'm crazy that way. Second place guy, he gets some more opinions of me. Now, if you're a vassal to kings, they can host these things, and there is always a risk if you attend that you'll get yourself hurt. So all of my my court and my vassals, whatnot, who attended, they'll get a nice little bonus, respect, for 2 years, which is nice. So, now I want to show off a little more stuff. We're going to go on a pilgrimage. Alright. It's always good for getting a bit of prestige. You can either go to Jerusalem or Rome, or a holy site in the west. Pilgrimages all depend on the religion you are. If you are a Orthodox, you get to choose between well, at least if you're in the Byzantine Empire, or at least the Emperor of the Byzantine Empire in Constantinople, you choose between Antioch and Jerusalem. Well, let's go to Rome. Why not? To Rome to see the tombs of the apostles. Always a good time. My journey begins. One of your guys will just kind of cover things for the month while you're away. So that gives me a chance of becoming ill. I'm gonna take the one that gets me less penalty, less chance that I'll catch some horrible disease. Blah blah blah. Little events pop up. Well, I wouldn't mind becoming charitable. That's a good trait to have. Improves my stats. Then I can start improving my stewardship. Let's discuss theology with the knights. Hope for some more learning. Didn't look like it triggered. There we go, Rome! 1,000 roads lead men forever to Rome. Fancy place. So you can do various things. We'll try hanging out with people, chatting with them. You get yourself a little pilgrim trait. It's a nice little thing to have. Gives you a piety bonus, and it makes everyone of your same faith like you a little more. Oh, I got prisoners, eh? I'll let her go. I don't need her a prisoner. Once again, try to do that whole improve my stewardship thing. More kids. I really want to know what happens with this whole demon child thing. That's got me curious. Well, two of my daughters both are strong. That's impressive. This schmuck, though, will get married to... there we are, her. So, ways... Right, I want to talk about ways that I could possibly try to break up this, this whole kingdom thing. The best option... I'm going to try to improve my learning next. The highest chance to disrupt this whole thing... So he's changed... Yeah, so that's selective... would be to kill an heir. One of my... interesting. So my vassal apparently has a claim on the Kingdom of France that he's going to try and press. So, good luck to that. I think you're going to get boned quite harshly. 30,000 men, maybe not. If the AI is half intelligent, he might just win it. Oh, here we are. My son, that son of mine is finally of age. So, spawn of Lucifer. My son was wanton cruelty, creeping buzzing noises he makes, the birds falling dead from the sky. So, apparently my son is a demon spawn. Yep, there we are. Voice of Satan. Ha! But he is a genius. Look at all these traits. He's got, does he have all of them? Wrath, greedy, lustful, envious, a liar, ambitious, cruel. But at least he doesn't eat or drink too much. Look at those stats, though. Huh. Well, I guess my son needs a wife. I'm feel bad whoever I saddle him with. Yeah, her. Take the cash, because I can. So my brother has kind of brought up the fact that I've been sleeping around with his wife. I could beat him up, but I think I'll just stop my love affair. She's old now. I need young lovers. Like Antoinette. And this Siobhan woman. No. Don't worry, dear. You may not be married, but I will quickly fix that. To one of the princes of the Holy Roman Empire. Sorry, dealing with France. Well, of course, if he lost this war... well, that'd be nice. But the other way would be, once he changes over... remember there's that new leader penalty? I could try to have him, his heir at that point, assassinated, killed. A new king is will often not have the influence necessary to make everyone vote for his choice of heir. At that point, the two realms could split up. There seems to be a plague sweeping through the kingdom. My son wants lands. I'm going to tell him no. And then I'm going to start this war with Connacht. Because of his... because he's a duke, I would take the land entirely. Whereas if I de jure claimed this place, he'd become just my liege. So, we'll get these kids getting educated, of course, first. Raise up my armies. Oh no, my lover died. It's tragic. So yeah, should be fun to see how things turn out with having the old demon spawn kid. Keep an eye on this place, because I might just try and cause that little murder plot. Keep an eye on this war. The King of France is winning, though. Starting some war. I don't care too much about the Holy Roman Empire. He doesn't need my help of all things. Hey, a crusade! So, this is one of those things you want to check. He's still the king of Jerusalem. So, whoever wins that holy war will yeah, if we win the holy war or the crusade, the king of France gets the lands back. But I am still going to offer to do it once I end this war, because I would like for my son to become a crusader. So, offer to help. I'll have a larger fleet this time around. He accepts. Oh, that reminds me. I want to give that territory to one of my kin. No, not that brother. No, not that brother. Not that brother. Not that brother. No, no, no. None of them will do. No, he has no kids. I don't think he's going to have kids. That'll just cause complication with succession. My cousin? Here we are. My son-in-law. You make a good option. Alright, let's get them educated. Now, I have a larger fleet. There we are. Gather all my boats and gather all my soldiers. Why am I gathering everything? Well, if I land there, I don't want to get accidentally crushed horribly in a terrible maiming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather all my guys, march down there, stay long enough to get the benefit for my son, and then we're going to get the hell out of Dodge. Where's that son of mine? There we are. Son of mine, you will command the army. You'll be the demon spawn Crusader. It'll be very interesting. Because what I suspect is going to happen is that once he is king, yeah, he's not going to be popular with people. So I'm doing what I can now to. Oh, he's an impaler. I missed that. He's a horrible child. Doing what I can to mitigate the penalties. Nah, I like my spy master. He's good at his job. Just because he's a Jew is no reason to be upset. Alright, so here we are. We'll land our fleet in Acre. We'll get the hell out of there. My son should have that trait now. Yep. He's a Crusader. And now we sail back to Ireland. It's a bit gamey, I understand, but you gotta do what you can. How's that war going on? Oh, it looks like that one relative of mine completely failed to take over France. Completely failed to take over France. I'm surprised the King of France is involved, since they're fighting for his territory. So I'm just going to move my army back, and then I'll call it for the night. And I promise I'm going to help these people, but I'm really not. Anyways, so yeah, we covered a few different things. We've seen what happens once you get that little plot line with the sun. And yeah, we're going to continue to try to unify Ireland. Actually, I think I might skip to doing some of the other factions now. Show off a little more different stuff that you can do with the different groups. So yeah, unless there's something special you wanted to see me cover with Ireland, I will see you all next time with something new.